Hey guys, DC Network here, coming at you with another video. In a recent video on the channel, I discussed yet another wave of classic Cartoon Network series getting merchandise in the not too distant future. I'll leave a card up above to that video if you don't know what I'm talking about. But in that video, I alluded to yet another series getting a wave of merchandise, but there was so much coming for this series that I couldn't fit it into that other video, and that show is Adventure Time. YouTooz is just kind of going insane right now with the amount of Adventure Time merchandise they are going to be making in the not too distant future. If you guys haven't been following these videos that I've been making covering this different merchandise, YouTooz is a brand that mainly makes vinyl figures but also has started to get into the plush world as well. And in the past, in the initial wave of Cartoon Network YouTooz figures that we had gotten a Bimo, a Jake, and a Finn from Adventure Time. Those must have done rather well because we are getting yet another wave of Adventure Time products that are totaling in 4 brand new vinyl figures and 5 brand new plushes. So first and foremost, we have this figure of Bonnie and Marcy. It's going to retail for $32.99 and the estimated release date is January 18th to February 18th. It's essentially the two of them snuggled up in bed drinking coffee, maybe watching TV or something. They look like they're watching something. I think this is actually a really neat figure and a really well done one at that. I am not a huge fan of some of the YouTooz figures because I don't like the poses that they give them. Like the Finn and Jake one from earlier in the year, Jake is literally like on the floor screaming and Finn is pulling out the Lich's eyes with Princess Bubblegum's sweater. This one though, I really do like, and I actually think it'd be a cute thing just to put on your shelf somewhere or maybe on a desk. I think it's a really neat figure. The next one up is Marceline on her own. Same release date, but coming out for $29.99. It's basically Marceline playing her axe bass that we see throughout the run of Adventure Time in the earlier seasons of the show. I think this is a really cool figure. Again, not my cup of tea because I'm not a huge fan of the YouTooz figures. Because number one, I'd rather just have a regular Marceline figure of her just doing nothing. And number two, these figures are rather expensive at almost $30 a pop with shipping not included in that. The next figure we have is an interesting one. It's Ice King, and I'll be honest here, same retail price as Marceline and release date. The Ice King figure to me looks just weird. Like, I don't know how else to put it because Ice King's a figure that I actually would highly consider buying even at the price of $30, but I just don't like the fact that Ice King is basically dancing with his robe lifted up and you see his underwear. It's just a little bit off-putting to me. I know this is something that he's done at the show at times, and that's the one thing I will give YouTooz credit for. Even though these molds aren't really my cup of tea, everything that they have made is from a specific episode of the series, and it's something that's literally like if you were watching this episode, take that image you saw in 2D and basically make it into a 3D figure, and that's what they're doing here, which I give them credit for that. But I just feel like having a Ice King figure with his underwear showing just on your shelf, for me at least, it's off-putting. I don't know, maybe you have a different perspective on this and you think this is really cool and funny, but to me this is just an off-putting figure to look at. The last vinyl figure we have here is of Princess Bubblegum, and this looks like it is based on the teenage Bubblegum, based on her resurrection, I guess you can say, after her battle with the Lich. Or maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe it's not Teenage Bubblegum because Teenage Bubblegum had that shorter hair. Either way, they have Bubblegum making this like kissy face pose with her hands up in the air. Again, not in love with the pose they have for it, but I do think it's cool that they've expanded yet again on the Adventure Time lineup with these 4 figures. I am curious to see, presumably this isn't going to be the last wave of figures that we get for Adventure Time, and I forgot to mention Princess Bubblegum's the same price point and release window as the prior 2 figures we discussed. But I am curious to see like what else do they make? If they make like a Starchy or a Banana Guard, or if they make like a Tree Trunks, that'd be pretty cool. Maybe they make a Lich. If they made a Lich, I might be all over that depending on what it looks like. I'd probably get a Starchy one too, or a Banana Guard. Those would be fun ones to have. There's a lot of characters from the world of Adventure Time that they can make. You know what, actually, as I'm saying this, if they made a Nectar figure, like a cool Nectar figure of him not doing much of anything, just standing there, I'd be all over that. There's a lot of cool figures I think within the realm of Adventure Time that they can make, and I think this will not be the last of the Adventure Time line. I think we're going to see much more from here, especially given that there's even more coming for Adventure Time within this release wave. So we have a total of 5 plushes coming or having already been released for Adventure Time from YouTooz. So the 3 of which that are out now and are $30 a piece are Gunter, Jake, and Lumpy Space Princess. The thing with these plushes is I'm not a plush guy, but the poses that they have for these plushes I would love to see in vinyl figures. Like, if they had these poses in the vinyl figures that they've made, I might actually buy a lot of them. Like, I love Gunther. He would be a cool one to have. Jake's pose looks great here with him just kind of having his stretchy arms while sitting. And then Lumpy Space Princess looks like Lumpy Space Princess. They did a great job with it. Then we have two more plushes here that are coming in November of this year. Estimated release being November 1st to November 30th. Also retailing for $30 a pop. We have Lady Rainicorn, which this one looks really good. Again, I'm not a plush person, but this is something that I could see if you have a kid. Like, this would be something I could see a kid just snuggling up with and just having a great time with. This is a really good character to make in plush form. I feel like Lady Rainicorn probably wouldn't work as well in the form of a vinyl figure, but the fact they're making a plush out of this is such a great idea. And then the last plush that we're getting, and this one just seems like a no-brainer to me. I could see just little kids being all over this one, or maybe if you're an older fan as well who is into plushes, you might be all over this too, is BMO. They're making a BMO plush, and once again, the pose they have for this is perfect. This is exactly what I want from the vinyl figures, just a regular old character I can put on my shelf. Like, literally as I'm recording this video right now in front of my computer, I have the Perry the Platypus Funko that came out. It's literally just Perry standing doing nothing. Like, that is exactly what I want to see from some of these figures, but I understand that's not exactly the MO of YouTooz. YouTooz likes to put them in these action poses, and then they like to make their plushes as more so just your sitting characters doing nothing. But that is it for the Adventure Time wave that is coming up for YouTooz. They've also made in the past YouToozes, and I'll just mention this real quickly at the end of this video. YouTooz has also apparently made all 5 Titans from Teen Titans Go, but they are all sold out and they are most likely not coming back, because I believe they were limited run, as all of these technically are limited editions. And they also have Morty and Rick from Rick and Morty, and the dog Snuffles and Pickle Rick as plushes as well. So YouTooz has really been all over it when making Cartoon Network merchandise in such an amazing fashion. I really hope we continue to see this partnership with YouTooz grow going forward, and I hope we see other series as well enter the realm of YouTooz. I mean, there's a lot of forgotten, I don't want to say forgotten, but there's a lot of Cartoon Network series that aren't talked about as much anymore from the late 2000s. Shows like My Gym Partner's a Monkey, or even Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. As much as I love that series, like, if they made a Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends YouTooz line, I would be all over that. I could picture them making Blue with his little paddle ball. I could picture them making Mac with his paddle ball too, or making them with video games or something. Like, there's so many possibilities they can make with so many different Cartoon Network series. I hope we continue to see this partnership grow over time, and we see more and more series enter the YouTooz lineup for Cartoon Network. Heck, Regular Show would be an amazing one to see as well. Even The Amazing World of Gumball too. Anyways, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about all this. What do you guys think about this Adventure Time wave of YouTooz merchandise that we have? Are you planning to pick up any of the vinyl figures, or maybe you're planning to pick up some of the plushes that they're making for it? Let me know down below. Also, let me know what other Cartoon Network series you'd like to see get merchandise from YouTooz. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this from DC Network. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.